Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to find winning products to sell on TikTok Shop. In fact, I've found over 50 winning products in the last 7 years and done tens of millions of dollars in sales by selling them. And it all starts by looking for what's called a competitive outlier. Now, what is this? A competitive outlier is when you have a bunch of people doing something and one guy or girl is 1,000 times better, right? They're just so far ahead. Now, the reason a competitive outlier is an important thing to look at is because it tells me if there's a lot of stagnant competition. If there's 30 people trying to fight over the same industry and they're all doing pretty similar numbers, right? They're kind of the same size. It's bloody, it's busy. I don't want to be involved in that traffic jam. But when there's one or two guys that are 20 times further ahead, right? Everybody's making 100,000 a month and this guy's at 2 million. Well, that's interesting to me. I want to see how I can reframe what I'm doing and try to kind of build a strategy off of that. So you're going to learn about that here in a couple minutes. But to start this and actually find a competitive outlier, we first have to go track it based off the platform we want to sell on. So the number one tool, and literally the only thing I like to use when it comes to TikTok Shop, is called KaloData. Okay. Now, KaloData is a tool that basically tracks all analytics. So it's not so much as recommending winning products as it is showing you what's working. So if we go here to the first page, the number one product on TikTok right now is a book. It's did $3.2 million in the last month, which is crazy. But if we're scrolling through here, I want to get a sense of what products are selling on TikTok. So just stick with me for a second because this is part of my process. Okay. Books. That's a little out of the left field from a TikTok perspective, but okay. Education or entertainment. This is more of a beauty thing. Another beauty product. Another beauty product. Probiotic. That's health. Another beauty product, technically kind of fashion. That all ties together. Health. Okay, this is beauty, I guess, essential oils and vapor. Bikini trimmer, beauty again, beauty again. Are you starting to see a pattern here, right? Health, beauty, health, health, beauty, health, health, right? You see what I'm saying? It's boom, boom, boom. And so now you're starting to notice patterns and we're not even halfway down page 2. Now that on TikTok, we know undisputably, just between the top pages of stuff, the health industry is doing $10-20 million a month, just from the top couple of products, right? So we know that works. But that's a huge category, right? So how do we start to niche down? Because of course you can look at the competitive outliers in that space and be like, okay, these are all the top ones, but how do you make sense of one standing out? No, you have to go another layer deeper. So let's just take the number 3 product right now, which is this Evil Goods beef tallow thing. So it's kind of more of a beauty product. So let's just say we wanted to use this as an example. I'm going to look up beef tallow here on my phone on TikTok Shop. And I want to see what products are selling. Okay. Obviously Evil Goods pops up first. We can go over here and scroll down through all of these. Now, some of the big things I'm looking for, I want to find the biggest listings again, because this is now one niche category. There's actually a lot of types of beef tallow and stuff that people are selling. We can click into some of these. This one only has 227 sold. Okay. This one's new as well. Actually, we can go up here to all of these. 6,000. Okay. They're starting to get some sales here. Let's look at this one. Okay, they have almost 130,000 units sold, and that's a pretty premium price, $33. Okay, so we can get a sense of their listing and everything that's working for sure, but I want to get a sense of who is really crushing this. So we could sort here by best sellers. That's always a good way to do it. So if we sort here, we can see exactly who is getting the sales. So obviously some of these products aren't really related. So we just got off of our search a little bit, but we can scroll through this and we can find some more of these. So let's keep going. So this is a whipped tallow body butter is what they call it. Okay. They've also sold 17,000. So clearly Evil Goods, which is over here, obviously is the top one, is by far the competitive outlier in that space. So what I'd be looking at if I'm trying to sell something that's in the beauty space, maybe with beef tallow or some other ingredients, is I would be trying to say, okay, what are they doing with all of their marketing efforts? Because this is what allows me to get a successful product. I want to know before I ever pick a product, hey, I'm thinking about these 3 products. Here's what I would do for all the marketing. You have to know that beforehand because that is the plan that actually makes sales, right? Long before we get into the pricing of products and sourcing and all of that, which is a whole nother beast to tackle. But this right here is clearly the winner in this space, okay, when it comes to beef tallow. I do want to mention something specific. Oh, by the way, you can get access to KaloData with a discount code down below. It's the only tool that we use. So check it out because you can see all the data on everything to do with TikTok. Now, if I'm trying to find products that are selling somewhere else and bring them over to another platform, I'm not going to have any competition right away. But one of the ways that I'm doing this is actually using old school drop shipping tools like Mania that basically allow you to see winning products, what's working with Facebook ads and what products are making money. So you can jump in here and take a look at products. You can see different shops. I can see all the ads. I can look at their Facebook ads. So it's a very beneficial tool to see what's working. At the end of the day, none of these are making any money, right? They don't have a lot of likes and engagement, but you want to go find the big stuff. You want the stuff that has, right, filtered by a bunch of likes. You want stuff that has a lot of engagement because it means the brand has spent a lot of money to look at it, right, and to actually get people looking at the product. So if we go into products here, we'll be able to break this down. They actually have some TikTok stuff on here, but we'll look at Shopify for now. And I could be trying to find a product on here that I think is cool, that has a lot of engagement, has probably made some money. And then I want to check to see if it's for sale on TikTok, because you'd be surprised. There's a lot of stuff that's not. This is actually like a TENS unit. If you guys know what that is for your back, it can actually work anywhere for your muscles. This is a really cool product. I've sold a lot in the orthopedic space. This is like a newer thing that's been popping up. So it kind of pulses, helps with your muscle relaxation and stuff. This is not doing well for this brand by any means, but kind of an interesting thing that we just saw. So let's take a look at this. TENS unit. Let's see who the big boys are in here. Okay, so there's plenty of people selling this. Only 189 sold. 57. These graphic designs are horrible. 10. All these people are small. I know for a fact that there's big sellers for this product over on Facebook. So we could look this up now. We could search specifically for a TENS unit. Okay, you could try to find some of this. We'll see if any pop up. So we can get a sense of like what's working in this space. And if we can find one of these that's selling really well over on Facebook, and now we know there's no big seller for it on TikTok, there's your market. As long as the margin's reasonable, there you go. If I can find something that's selling somewhere else, like if I'm scrolling on Amazon and it's just not being found on TikTok or vice versa or whatever, that's a strategy. And that's what I call kind of a gap strategy. You're just filling a gap in the marketplace that's not available over here. Beware, if you do that, you will have competition later once it works. Of course. If we were to jump back over here to looking at all of these top products, well, let's look at some of this more simple stuff. Like I want to find something that we wouldn't have to like create necessarily. So obviously hair curler is number one. Let's actually jump down to like some further pages. Page number 5, page number 10. I want to see some more of these products. There's just so much custom stuff that's working on TikTok. Another book, a Navy SEAL's Bug-In Guide, Survive a Crisis. Now this is funny because this is like a negative sell product, right? You're selling based on fear, which is actually a pretty good strategy. Now they sell this on average for $31. Okay, let's see what something like this would cost. Okay, a bug out guidebook did not produce the results we were looking for. Let's say a survival guidebook. Okay, wilderness survival. You might have to search multiple different things. If we're just looking on Alibaba for an example, I want to find some of these books. So this is probably one of the reasons that they're doing pretty well. Like these exact books are not available for sale. We can't even source them through any Alibaba people. So they're creating them. They're probably reaching out to one of these manufacturers and talking with them. So you could do that as well. But what you could also do, for an example, we know that this industry is working, right? They've made $650,000 in the last 30 days. So what if we sell a complementary product, right? We know that those people are shopping. What else would those people buy? Well, they'd probably be the people that want like a multi-tool survival camping kit. Okay, take a look at these. This stuff gets pretty expensive on Amazon, but right here you can get it for pretty cheap. You know, order some units. You could even drop ship it if you wanted to. Not really on TikTok Shop, but you see the idea. So I'm looking to prove a concept that is selling somewhere and bring it somewhere else, or find a product and find a way to spin it. Let's talk about that because this is where things get really interesting. This is creating a variant. Okay, so for an example, with this whipped beef tallow, I might add an ingredient that gives your skin some sort of, benefit, right? Or I might remove ingredients. There's a big brand that blew up selling chips. They're like a healthy chip alternative, and they only have 3 ingredients. That's their marketing. We're a 3-ingredient chip. One of the things I wanted to talk about is repositioning a winner, because this is how I've found some of my like medium-sized dropshipping products. A lot of the stuff that's made me like $500,000 to $2 million in sales. I've had many products like that. And really what I do is I'm just repositioning. If I see somebody crushing it with beef tallow, well, what are the benefits of beef tallow, right? Some might say it's, skincare, right? Or like it's, moisturizing your skin. But the benefits of that are probably like you don't have acne breakouts, right? Your skin's not as oily, right? All of those are individual selling points. But that's not what's the main marketing driver for this. So I might take this product, take the same product, and then I'm just going to flip the marketing. I'm going to harp on one other angle that they're not really talking about. So for an example, Dude Wipes, multi-billion-dollar company. It's literally baby wipes for men. They just repackaged it. The product never changed. Afternoon slump energy boost. You could use that as your marketing thing for pre-workouts. You're targeting people who get like tired in the afternoon. It's not even really talking about the whole workout side of it, right? You are repositioning a product. And I hope you understand how big of a deal this is, because this made me a lot of money. And it's a huge reason that like people can actually get into a space and compete. You can get a foothold in what people think is competitive by doing this. Okay. Like I had a student, John, in my group who was hitting $10,000 days back to back. He saw that people were making money selling funny political products, hats, t-shirts, mugs. He repositioned that, made a slightly different variant, and did print on demand t-shirts. 0 ad cost, ran no ads, just made his own TikToks, had a 70% margin. And he was making $7,000 a day in profit, sometimes a little more, right? That's crazy. So what if we found not a competing, but a complementary product? Might be this for an example. I actually like that. You could easily sell that for $30. And then you go hit up every single person who's promoted them and say, hey, I'll give you a really high commission if you promote this. I saw you promoted this one and made a lot of money. This targets the same people. We know it would work well on your page. And guess what? When it works, I'll put you on a retainer. I'll run ads to your page, sell them on the idea. Right now, we have a winner on TikTok Shop. And in fact, I guarantee you this product could sell in the 20s for sure. You'd make money. Your sourcing cost is in the 8s. With shippings, call it $10 tops. Sell this thing for 23 to 25. Done. Because as you scale, your cost will get a lot cheaper, probably $5. You see what I mean? Like there's a lot of ways to find winning products. So I hope that kind of breaks things down, because first you got to look at what platform you're trying to sell on, look for outliers, see if it's super competitive. Again, let's just say I really wanted to sell this book. If there was like 8 different variations of this book and they were all big listings with 10, 20, 30,000 sales on TikTok, I'd probably be like, okay, maybe I'm not going to jump into the book space unless I can create a book that's like totally different, right? I don't want to try to sell the same thing. Like if I reframe this to like, in Army's, guys, bug out guide or whatever, like you reframe it a little bit, it's not really that different. If you want to learn all this stuff on TikTok Shop, e-commerce, finding products, make sure to check out our school group link down below. It's less than $2 a day. You get multiple courses in there, community, group calls, access to me, access to our coach, and a bunch of other people. So there's people in there literally doing hundreds of thousands a month on TikTok Shop. So that's a great spot to learn. I'll also leave the link down below for KaloData and some other resources that you might need at some point. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.